All right, good afternoon, everybody. It's Sean Higgs today. No Ross Benjamin. But we were watching the Winner Circle podcast. Welcome on in on a Monday, June the 3rd. And I'll use a Ross line as always. I'm joined with these two gentlemen. I got Doug Upstone and Mr. Chip Chirimbes. Two guys I know I've done videos with quite a few times over the years. It's been a minute. But yeah, I'll be filling in for Ross today and tomorrow. So you'll be getting me. And all right, it's a little new. Normally, I'm in the co-pilot seat here, right along with these guys. So we're gonna take it as we go. Again, thank you to the Winner Circle podcast, powered by Gamblers World. That's our website where you can find all of our premium stuff. We do the YouTube videos here, free picks daily. You hit the like button, subscribe, wonderful. But we want our free picks. We're gonna jump right into it. Let's start saying hello to Doug. What's going on, buddy? It's been a minute.
Yes,
we did a live show a couple weeks ago, but before that, it's been a while since I've done a video with you.
absolutely. And so things are going well by you, I take it. And hey, and everybody, did you say you had a new background the other day, or is this the debut of it?
This is it. Yeah, I switched it around. I moved the desk from wall A to wall B, and someone's comment was like, "It looks like you're in a closet. Get out of there. You look like you're trapped." I'm like, I got a decker. I'll switch it up a little bit. Maybe put a little green screen up. I don't know. I'm not a green screen guy. I like the feel of a real room.
Right, exactly. I agree with you. I think it's a good choice. That's exactly what I have, and I just put up all this stuff behind me just to dress it up a bit. So yeah, I'm sure you'll come up with something just like that. You're a clever guy. You'll get this done, right?
Listen. The wife didn't like the llama. She said it looked terrible with the llama and Johnny Drama. She's like, "There's no continuity." I'm like, really? I'm dealing with maniacs who want to lay 290 on road favorites. I said to her, I said they don't care about the llama or the pictures being the same.
No, I think
Speaking of maniacs, Doug, hold on. We got to bring Chip in because I know he's got his fact of the day. I throw out old school stuff from like the 80s or 90s, and I get a whole lot of what is this guy talking about? So I know Chip's going to come in with something I'm going to have to dig a little deep on.
Hey, Sean, how you doing? It's been a while since we worked together.
Yeah, I haven't done a video in probably a year or two. Probably about 2 years. Probably haven't done videos.
Yeah, I know. We'd been together a couple of times, but today is June 3rd, and other than the fact that in 1963 it was Willie Mays Day when they at the Polo Grounds, and you ready for this, Sean? In 1988, excuse me, 1888.
Come on.
No, Casey at the Bat was published by the San Francisco Examiner. And 100 years later, when I did say in 1998, that was when Margot Adams came out of the closet and sued Wade Boggs for palimony because he'd been taking her on road trips, though he was married, for over 5 years. And they were eating chicken every night. But the big thing in baseball is that in 1932, Lou Gehrig was the very first major leaguer to hit 4 consecutive home runs in one game. Of course, it's been done a number of times since then. But I didn't realize that Lou Gehrig was the first. 1932. Next year, Babe Ruth hit the first All-Star homer and then retired 2 years after that. So that's June 3rd for you. We've got a plethora of things, but we got some winners tonight, which we're all looking to expound upon. Going 2-0 on Sunday in the Major League Baseball. So we're just trotting along here, Sean, each and every day.
Well, we'll stay rolling with you because you got the Orioles in second place versus the last place slumping Blue Jays. I'm going to give you a go because I've just this Blue Jay team to me is I just want to say it's time to dump and trade away. This is year 3 of underachievement, but go ahead. It's your floor. We got the Orioles basically minus 110 here. It's a pick'em game, total 7.5. Grayson Rodriguez, who I love Rodriguez versus Kevin Gausman, the old ex-Oriole. So go for it.
This Toronto team has always been underachievers in my mind since they lost Joe Carter, but I just don't see them doing it. I mean, Vladimir Guerrero, they've moved him to third base, where he started his career. He's been playing first base, and that was to get Vogelbach into the lineup, and that's a career 210 hitter, 212 hitter. So Toronto is having their problems, Sean, that's for sure. And Gausman has been one of their better pitchers in the past, and Rodriguez is really coming on strong for the Orioles. And I've got some interesting stats here. 8 of their last 10 meetings have gone under the total. It's gone over the total. Have gone under the total. And I'm playing this game to go over. I think these Oriole bats are just live. They know how to score runs. And the relief pitching of the Toronto Blue Jays is one of the worst staffs in Major League Baseball. They're giving up close to 5 runs out of the bullpen, and they're ranked, I think, 29th or 28th out of the 32 teams. So I'm sitting here right now looking to play this game over the total.
Over the seven and a half,
I believe it was. Yeah.
7.5 Chip. Doug, your thoughts?
Well, on this one, Toronto has played better lately, and they get the benefit of what everybody gets that has played them so far. They've improved because they play the Chicago White Sox. Okay, so that's always a big plus.
11 straight losses for that team now.
So they do some good stuff. So this is a huge series though for Toronto. What are they, 10 games, I think, behind Baltimore in the standings. I think they're 5 back for the last wild card, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, this is a massive series. They got to win 3 out of 4 at least in this one. As you guys have mentioned, the pitching matchup is certainly a strong one here. And what's odd, though, is that if you look at the home road splits, is that Rodriguez on the road has a 5.49 ERA and Gaussman has a home ERA of 6.20 this season. But I'm going to lean with the Orioles in this one. The Jays are 3-10 against division opponents. Most recently, Gaussman in his career on the various teams he's pitched for, he is 20-45 as an underdog of +100 to +150. Let's go with the Birds to get the job done in this one. Game 1.
I love Grayson Rodriguez. He was a little struggled last year when he came up. They sent him to the minors. He came back, was awesome the second half.
Yep.
Been pretty solid this year. He had a little IR stint, but man, but again, this spot here, Gaussman at home, you're getting him as a dog or a pick 'em. It's tough to go against a vet like that. So I don't know. I'm torn on my side. I'll roll with the official play. Chip likes the over 7.5. And I kind of like that because I think Rodriguez could give up some runs. And Gaussman had 3 bad outings. I mean, he's given up 7, 8, and 6. Yankees, Minnesota, and Colorado. Minnesota, I don't know, but that Yankees I could understand give him some runs into, maybe shaky out of the early season. Listen, the Jays want to close that 10 games back behind the Yanks. They need Gaussman to really turn on here. But I'm with you. You want to go over 7.5? Official chip play on the over. Now, Mr. Upstone, we got a little Milwaukee and Philly. I'll use a Russ line. When I assigned this game, I thought I didn't think because I did $2 favorite, 2 first place teams. But this is what happens when we have not a spot starter because he's got Bryce Wilson has some starts under his belt here. Yep. But again, big dog, Mr. Doug Upstone here, Doc Sports representing the only outsider on the Gamblers World website, but. Listen, the guy's a pro. We love Doug, and here we go. Take it away. Wheeler laying a 220, total of 8.5 here. What do you got?
Yeah, the 2 division leaders in this one, and I was really looking forward to this series just in general, not just game 1, but I mean the entire series. Brewers come in though hot. They went 6-1 homestand, and guess who they just played this weekend? Oh yeah, the White Sox. Okay, so that worked out pretty good for them. Phillies, though, actually, and they should be on a little bit of a streak themselves. Last night, they had a number of opportunities to win that game against St. Louis, going to extra innings, but hey, just didn't get the job done. Bryce Wilson is who we're referring to as the Brewer starter. Doesn't go a ton of innings. I don't think there's a lot of trust for him to go into the through 3 times against the opposing lineups. Doesn't have enough pitches in order to do that. He's going to face Zach Wheeler, and we know how good he is on a consistent basis here. The only trepidation I have in this selection, because I have an unbelievably good system here, and the only trepidation is some sites still have undecided, okay, for the Brewers for a starting pitcher. And everything I'm going to tell you is dependent upon Wilson and Zach Wheeler being the starters here. But the line hasn't moved hardly at all since this morning, so I think it's going to be Wilson ultimately in this one. So what I'm going to recommend, play on a National League home favorite with a money line of -175 to -250 on a team like Philadelphia that is scoring 5 or more runs per game against a National League starting pitcher who has an ERA of 3.0 or less, and as a starter, Wilson is at 2.75. going against a pitcher. This is a lot of stuff, so I'm trying to slow it down a little bit here. But a pitcher who has an ERA of 3.70 or better, teams in this exact situation, like Philadelphia, are 37-2. And here's the key point: winning by 2.7 runs per game. Let's take the Phillies plus 100 on the run line over the Milwaukee Brewers to get the series started in Philly.
Oh, wow.
Chip, what do you think?
I think this Zach much stuff
there he is.
for the Mets that they couldn't handle.
I think we got a chipper freeze. We got the Vegas freeze coming in with the winds. It's the winds from the west. Freezing our guy. It's what the worst is when you get a freeze.
What are they, 14? Which is absolutely outrageous. And right here, I'm not a big. Yelich has got to be healthy for them to be the Phillies.
So go ahead.
Yeah.
Chip,
I'm gonna say Chip's got to go out and come back. We have to pull him out because we got the frozen. And the funny thing is, you get the frozen face, which is always bad. It happens, folks.
Did you get me?
We're live recording. There we go. He's back.
I don't know if you got me, but I took Philadelphia with Zach Wheeler. I mean, he's the Cy Young potential right now. And when he's with the Mets, his stuff was so outrageous. They couldn't handle him. He's throwing more strikes now with a 2.32 ERA. I can't play against Wheeler. I'll play Philadelphia.
Wheeler's been red hot. Here come the Brewers, though. 5 in a row. I get a big number like this. I sort of want to lean a little Brew Crew because you have the Phillies off the Sunday night game. So that's like a spot I kind of want to take a team off of the late. They're home. It's not like they're traveling or anything like that. Definitely don't want to lay 220. Official play here from Doug. The run line, even money. Why won you? Phillies as good as anything. 41-19. That's the best record of baseball, I believe, folks.
Yes,
for Philly. Yeah, what's there to say? Suarez has been great. The bullpen's been great. The offense has – I didn't say the offense has been great because you got guys who aren't even hitting that. I mean, you got Castellanos still hasn't found a bat. Real Muto. You got guys who haven't really improved. So, but official play, Doug likes run line Philadelphia. Now, my game today, I have my Detroit Tigers because I got a win ticket on the over for these guys with Mr. Schule versus the Texas Rangers. And I don't know. We could talk about the Rangers, Seattle, and Houston in that AL West, which is
below average.
Really, you look at. I mean, Seattle's in first place. They have no hitting. Texas is 4 games back. They have 6 starting pitchers on the injured list, and Houston has just been either no pitchers or no hitting for the entire season. Wow. Anyway, we have Detroit now a little favored. So they're 110 fave. We talked about Wheeler, you mentioned being a Cy Young favorite. Well, Tariq Schule, what's there to say about him? Holy cow. I mean, this is what I think the Tigers were expecting out of him and the rest of their young staff. And I'm siding with him here. Forget about his total numbers on the year, which are excellent. We have a nice I jump into road splits like you guys, right? We want to see how they pitch on the road. The 186 ERA is nice, but more importantly, I see a .183 batting average against and a .72 whip versus a Ranger team. This is why they're sitting where they are. We could talk about pitchers. We could talk about them missing key starters. Young is out. Wyatt, the outfielder, another young outfielder I'm not playing. They're not hitting the ball. 35-23 to the under. So I got a tough lefty, awesome on the road. Texas not hitting all that much. I know you want to maybe think about taking a maybe an under here because sometimes the Tigers don't pitch. Evaldi, though, second start off the injured list. He went 3 innings last game, not a lot, which you don't expect a lot. They got some pitching problems, and he's a guy who only throws 25 starts a year anyway. So what are you going to get out of him? The best Evaldi is going to give you is what, 5 or 6 innings, maybe? Yep. I don't know. I got a 7 or 8 innings from a guy who's been dominating all season. I'll take the Tigers here as a short row fave. Let's go Detroit. I'm taking the Tigers minus 110 here. Chipper started off. What do you think about my pick?
You mentioned, I like your side. You mentioned the pitchers, how effective they And, Tariq's got a 2.01 ERA. Evaldi, in limited action because of his injuries, 2.32. And Evaldi, for some reason, let me get off the subject just for 1 second. Why has this guy been traded from team to team to team, and he's been so effective? He pitched for Miami in the World Series or Florida, and he just seems to be getting jettisoned in different places. But I think this game is destined to stay under with these two clubs. Texas has got a hangover from the World Series. They're still under 500. Both these teams are 29 and 30. Detroit is much improved this year with their staff, as you mentioned, but both teams aren't hitting the ball. Detroit doesn't hit the ball at all, and Texas hasn't put it together as of yet. I'm playing this game under.
Doug?
I'm going to go one step further. It's just a slightly different twist. I have not looked because you mentioned right before that we started the show, this line went from 7.5 to 7. So I did not check this, but initially the first 5 innings was under 3.5 at plus 100 odds. I still like that just for the stack. You guys have mentioned how unhittable Schule has been, and the Rangers do struggle against left-handed pitching. But Eovaldi, I know he's just coming back, but he's been outstanding this year. And it's not like Detroit hits a ton either. So I like this game to go under 3.5 for the first 5 innings with 2 stud pitchers, likely both to go at least 5 innings.
Yeah, you go first 5, you eliminate the questionable bullpens. And no matter how good a bullpen is, let's be honest, they could come in and blow games for you.
Yes.
And Chip, what you're saying about Eovaldi, yeah, trade a lot. Dodgers, Miami, Boston, the Yankees, Tampa Bay, now Texas. But here's the thing. 1 year, he's got more than 25 starts. 2 years, I'm sorry. Yeah. He's always got some kind of arm problem. When he plays, the Yankees, 1 year guy was 14 and 3. He's dominant when he's healthy. The guy's a good pitcher when he's healthy.
And he's been great in the playoffs. I mean, he's pitched for so many, I think 4 or 5 times, 4 or 5 different teams in the playoffs. And he's always been live. He's had great stuff, sometimes really too nasty for any of the Yankee catchers to handle. But, I'm just surprised that he's been so well traveled, shall we say.
Listen, baseball, they want to pay for the superstar. He's not a superstar. He's good. Yeah. Do you want to pay for a pitcher who's going to get injured? It's kind of like, it's one of those things. I'll take a flyer on a guy. If he stays healthy, we're going to get what you got out of him last year. Nice 12-5 season, a World Series run. And I don't really, it's tough to say, are the Rangers having a World Series letdown or like a flat spot, or is it because you missed Eovaldi, you're missing Gray was hurt for a while, Scherzer, DeGrom hasn't played. But whoever, they've had a bunch of guys not play for them. I don't know what this team is. You don't know what that team is.
Yeah, I don't think I actually don't think they're that good. I mean, I think they're above 500 teams, so I think they're better than what they played. But I mean, let's face it, they just got hot at the right time last year. Everything came together. Bochy, was just a genius coming down the stretch. That bullpen, which was pretty mediocre, was outstanding, basically middle of August going forward when they started going well. And then Corey Seager and that offense, they just got hot at the right time. And I mean, look at who they played. They played Arizona, basically a carbon copy. They just happened to be better than what Arizona was. So, baseball as opposed to the NBA is baseball, sort of like more like football. Anybody can win it. If you get in, you got a shot. As opposed to the NBA, the best team almost always wins in the NBA. So, hey, you know what? Congratulations for Texas last year. But, I'm just, I'm not sold that they're, honestly that great of a team.
Speaking of NBA, we do have a finals matchup now of the Mavericks and the Celtics. And we do have our special $99 NBA package up. So, again, we have Stanley Cup Finals, Edmonton and the Panthers, and we have Dallas and Boston. Me, I'm just loving baseball because that's every day, multiple games a day.
Yep.
So there it is. It's scrolling. Gamblersworld.net for your NBA package. $99. Can't beat that. So we have leaderboards there. Now, Doug, you tell us about. You can find us. How you been?
I'll give you the lowdown because not everybody's coming to Doc Sports, especially you two guys. You're at Gamblers World where you should be. Okay, from that standpoint. So happy there, and I'm happy where I'm at Doc. So right now, baseball is really rolling. Runs of 16-4 and 20-6. Wow. Just been killing it in Major League Baseball of late. Overall, all sports the last 10 days, 25-12. Very happy on that one. Baseball props continue to do well. And kind of disappointed that hockey's not going to be around for a week because I'm on a 6-0 run. Okay, going into the finals. So things have been going well across the board. So stop by. It's Doug Upstone and Doc Sports. And tonight I got my National League game of the day, and I got a top prop available as well on Monday evening.
There's Doug and Chipper. How you been, Chip?
I've been great. I mean, some of Doug's streaks may have rubbed off on me a little bit. We did hit a Friday night game of the month, which is our third one of the year. And yesterday we swept the Major League board, highlighted by, of course, the Cardinals. An easy win over Philadelphia last night on ESPN. But I'm looking each and every day. I'm like you, Sean. This baseball, I just love it each and every day. I'm looking for my single strongest play, the A play. And today, of course, I have a triple play up there in Major League Baseball. And Thursday night, we're going to have a best bet riding on Dallas and Boston.
All righty. There you go. Jim and Doug. Me, myself, and I mentioned myself 3 times because I'm a big cat. You know, Doug's met me in person. I'm a big guy. Not a bit. Hockey's not been good. I say this all the time. I don't lie. My hockey playoffs have not been good. NBA, I can't complain about a 20-13, 62% run. I'll take it. Baseball, the last month, March 1st or May 1st, 55%, 89-73. I got a lot of games. I'm not looking for one like Chipper is. I'm going to come in with maybe a 5-pack some days. But you're going to get plus money odds. I think one side had me at all my picks, and we're over 300, 164, and I think 147, something along those lines. Average odds of plus 103. We're up money, so I like it. I'm doing all right with baseball, but I'll take baseball, limited hockey, and NBA. That's fine with me because we got the Hall of Fame game coming up in 2 months. The Texans and the Bears. Are you kidding me? Take the under 31, folks. It'll be 26 by the time you wake up in August 2nd or whenever the heck it is. But all right, listen. Before we head out, we can. I don't think these guys are going to Jesse Schule and smash the like button, but please hit the like button here on the Winner Circle podcast. We give you guys free picks every day, 5 days a week, multiple free picks per show. We do pretty good. And as Ross says, I got to go a step further. Click open the notification bell. So you know each and every day when we go live or when they're premiering, as they say on YouTube. And as our guy Seth scrolls across the bottom, we're up to 13,000 subscribers here on YouTube. That's crazy. Wow. Thank you, everybody, for watching, though. But for Chip Chirimbes, Doug Upstone, and me, Sean Higgs, we're going to wrap up the Winner Circle podcast today. And again, Doug liking the Phillies run line at even money. The Chipper is rolling in on the over 7.5 J's and O's. And I like the Detroit Tigers minus 110-ish. Let's go, Detroit. Get it done.
Thank you, Sean.
Take care, guys.